Hi everybody, here we are again. My name is Mark Stevenson and it's a joy for me to be speaking to Dan Retief and asking him to answer many questions that are on our minds. So Dan, over to you as we hope to clinch the series this Saturday.
Thank you, Mark. It's talking on Bastille Day, but we've had a bit of a revolution with a very strange Springbok side that played in Bloemfontein and ended up losing. We wondered whether the coach would have that team, 14 changes, blow up in his face, and in fact it didn't. The mix and match Springbok team did extremely well. They held field position, they had a lot of possession, but they lacked composure, they lacked cohesion, they lacked communication. I was actually really disappointed with the way they played. The game almost looked like a trial match with every individual trying to show just how good he was. The upshot of that, of course, was that it gave Jacques Nienaber the absolute free license to go back to what he thinks is his best Springbok team for Saturday against the Lions. So that new team, wonderful players, but they didn't show that they can play like a team, and we lost to a try in the last minute, and then a very good conversion from the touchline by Anscombe, who's done it once before to us, by the way, in a test we played in Washington, D.C. So my prediction was wrong. I thought it would be loose and fast and run to a high score. It was completely the opposite. So a wonderful weekend. What do we see? Springboks and Wales go to a decider at the Cape Town Stadium, and the Northern Hemisphere raised the flag because England beat Australia, Scotland beat Argentina, and Ireland completely outplayed the All Blacks. That was an amazing result. That Ireland looked to be a very good side, and they sit in our future. We'll discuss that in another program where we are going to meet Ireland sometime in the next few weeks and months. Ireland are very streetwise side, I think. They ride the offsides line. They've developed a way of edging around the sides of rucks and mauls. They get in the way, and the All Blacks didn't have an answer. But let's get back to the Springboks. Now we're back to the Cape Town Stadium, and all four Northern Hemisphere sides have managed to force their series to a decider, to a tiebreak. Our tiebreak, obviously, against the Welsh, who've been here for a few weeks, Cape Town Stadium, and what has happened is that Jacques Nienaber has now pretty much gone back to his tried and tested. He's made 4 changes, some interesting ones. Faf de Klerk being dropped for Jaden Hendrickse, who had a good game in Bloemfontein, and they're obviously keen on him. And Trevor Nkani moved into the loose head, which is not his usual position, but clearly that's what they wanted to do. Pieter-Steph du Toit is back. So it is the Springbok side that has come along since winning the Rugby World Cup. We always talk about a prediction and what can happen. I think there are a couple of things in play. The one is that the Springboks are accustomed to the Cape Town Stadium. They played the British Lions there. There's a familiarity that will work in their play. I think the Welsh must be fatigued. They've played the same team through 2 test matches and will probably play very much the same team in the 3rd test match. So if I had to look at that, again, it's edging towards the Springboks. But we have to have respect for Wales. I found an interesting statistics. We've played Wales 11 times recently. They've won 6, we've won 5. And the score, 212 points each. Now, isn't that amazing? Over 11 test matches. It shows how we struggle to beat Wales. But my prediction is that the Springboks will find their range. They'll be a little bit desperate. They'll want to prove who they are and what they can do. And I'm expecting a biggish one. I think more than 10 points. And I hope I'm not hoisted by my own petard.
Thanks, Dan. Always good to listen. Bye-bye.